Hey peeps, thanks for coming to watch this YouTube video today. Just a quick content warning of eating disorders. If you don't need to listen to this today, please don't put yourself through it. It's taken me ages to record this poem because it's one that I felt really uncomfortable with because I've been kind of living the situation. I'm now recording it at a time when I feel strong enough to do it because I'm not kind of like right in the situation anymore. So obviously if you just don't need to hear this, just don't listen to it right now. It might not be for you. Can turn it off at any time. If you are struggling right now with disordered eating, please reach out for help. Definitely get in touch with your GP. Don't deal with it alone. You are worth helping. You are important. So make sure you look after you and make sure you reach out for help if you need it. If you are going through it, you are going to get through this like you have every time before or like you never have before, but you are going to get through it. This poem is called 7 Occasional 1. There's something disorderly about the way I eat. You've probably heard of the 5-2 people use to structure their week. Well, I do the 7 occasional 1 to both extremes. I'm not a fussy eater, but the control is something I seek. Or maybe I just want to have as many mental illnesses as I can before one of them ends my streak. Yes, the lack of nourishment makes my joints feel antique, but when your mental illness fits you more comfortably than your clothes and you can hear your mirror shriek, it is easy to feed your obsession rather than your physique. I don't own a thigh gap. I own a pair that claps sarcastically as I run from responsibilities. The sound is enough to make me snap, but when you can run from situations quicker than you can adapt, running is more appealing than sticking around for a relapse of another disorder you've just managed to grasp. When conceding to one improves another, you always feel trapped, and when you don't recognise who you've become, how are you supposed to recognise how you act? I can't tell if I'm spiralling or dizzy from excessive caffeine intake to keep me going, to keep me awake, because hunger starves you of sleep as much as everything else on your plate. Forget butterflies, I get bats whose movements make me shake. Their heightened hearing disturbed by rumbles inevitably leads to bellyache. Their big appetites request more fulfillment than I can willingly demonstrate. They rest in the morning when the fridge light beckons me in, but I've been lured into places that have left me worse for wear, so milk for a cuppa is all I need to begin. When starvation sounds like the solution, you know you've got the problem confused. It's worrying when the action is wrong, but who you're doing it for is right because you're only doing it for you. I just want to look like I designed me, not like the girl who's being misused. I'm not comfortable doing the wrong thing, but trying to fix it leaves me unenthused. It's like potholes under our wheels lead us all to have a moan, but workmen taking up the space to fix them leaves us cursing them to get out of the road. We want things fixed without the inconvenience of having to take it slow. This world is shortcuts and edging into risk rather than waiting patiently at a crossroad. It's about finding a balance. But when your mind works in extremes, how can it serve your body in moderation? When the smell of freshly baked bread conjures up thoughts of the knife to cut it quicker than the mouth water in appreciation. Instagram stories documenting dinners only fuel my fixation. Friends ask me to do their diets for support. I'd love to help, but my habits are not up for negotiation. My calendar of green and red crosses dictates the good days and the bad. Until now, I've been the only one to know. Red slates me for what I ate and green means no food was had. The red days are the opposite end of the spectrum. Deprivation turns to demand. I am ravenous. My body has taken all it can withstand. Now it hurts to eat. Or do I eat until it hurts, chasing that first bite, high each forced mouthful, making the pain worse? The late night metabolism click inflicting nightmares like a curse, because if you unmake your bed, you still have to lie in it with hopes the discomfort will disperse. It's like drinking a hot drink too soon. You wait and anticipate the burn, and then the sensation lingers on to remind you this mishap will take time to reverse. I used to work as a greengrocer. I once chased after a man who pocketed 1 onion with stealth. If only I cared that much about a piece of food now, maybe I could improve my health. Instead, I'm slipping through my fingers like a mango peeled and sliced. One that from the outside looks full of goodness, but inside is a bruised and feeble sight. I don't know what game I'm playing with myself, but if this is winning, I should box it up and put it back on the shelf. This isn't a trap I fell into. I jumped when I felt compelled. These aren't the cards I was handed to play. These are the cards I knowingly dealt. Eat more food. Eat less food. It's as simple as that. Oh man, a revelation. If only I'd met you months back. I bet carbs are your friends as well and you could demolish a bangers and mash. It's a mindset. Built, mastered, perfected. It takes time to create and even longer to crack. If the lead in a play learnt their lines and performed them for 3 months, 3 times a day, back to back, they won't just forget the mentally ingrained script after they wake up from a nap. You look well means I've put on weight. Means this outfit looked better on the hanger means I wish I had a plug to remove so I could deflate. I always read too much into things. But I can't read that well, so it comes back like a boomerang to the face. It's a roller coaster. I always get stuck on those. True story, one time I was at this place, Drayton Manor, you may know it, at the top of Apocalypse waiting to drop, every part of my body braced, except it took longer than it should have, and when finally it dropped, my stomach shifted out of place. I guess it's not felt at home since. The touch of sugar for a boost makes my gums wince. No energy to work out in a culture of gym selfies and weightlifting clips. Other people's successes alike. It just doesn't leave me any more convinced. I could write a nutrition plan for someone else easily. Choosing food for my intake makes me feel queasy. When what I eat dictates my day, nothing seems complimentary. The stress forms a lump in my throat large enough to barricade entry. But on the days when I'm struggling to struggle, when my coffee needs a coffee and my therapist needs therapy. The days when I'm pushing a pull door frantically to realise there is a button for it to open automatically. I remind myself, if I had a bunch of 7 flowers and 1 died, I would throw away 1, not 7. And that just because I'm focusing on designing the cover today, I know there are pages inside still to be written. Food and I go together like a Mento in a bottle of Coke. The pressure bubbles up quick. Some people have a regular public house where they go to have a drink. I have a regular public restroom where I go to be. If someone vomits in a toilet and no one is around to hear them, did they really vomit? Hey guys, thank you so much for coming. Oh no, that's shitty. If there is anything you don't need to hear today, don't put yourself through it, turn it off, ignore it, don't look back. Oh, fucking hell. Plan what you're gonna say first. Thanks for coming to watch this YouTube. I've put on weight. Means this outfit look back. Ooh. Sound. Really need a wee. There, big appetites request more fulfillment than I can bollocks. Running is more appealing than sticking around for a relapse of another disorder you've just managed to grasp with. Ooh. Can't grasp that word, can I? You've probably heard of the 5-2 people use to structure their. Oh, that was weird. You've probably heard of the 5-2 people use to keep me going, to keep me awake. Some people have a regular Some people have a regular public house where they go to have a drink. I have a regular public restroom. Wow, okay, we're gonna start that.